What's happening? This is the video to show you guys how to do rough drafts number 5 and number 6 for the styrofoam printmaking project. So for this, the next 2 rough drafts, we're actually going to start printmaking and start figuring out how to create prints using styrofoam. So for these rough drafts, you're going to need a whole mess of markers. A whole bunch of markers. You're going to need a small 3-inch by 6-inch styrofoam plate. This should be included inside your supply pack. Just stop on by my room, pick up a bag of supplies. You're going to need rough drafts number 3 and number 4. So rough draft number 3 for me was the temperature gun thing. Rough draft number 4 was my sunglasses. Yes, I got a little funky with the abstraction there. And essentially what we're going to do is something that looks very similar to this. We're going to, oh, don't leave. Oh, we're also going to need a pencil, just a little heads up. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to take that little 3-inch, 3 by 6-inch thing. We're going to put it on top of our drawings, and then we're going to draw a line around it, and we're going to cut it out, and we're going to start, then we're going to tape it to our styrofoam plate and start tracing around those lines. That's what our goal is. So I'm going to go ahead, go over to the table, and show you guys how to get this done. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you, we're also going to need some tape and some scissors. Ta-da, fijaras. So with that being said, let me go ahead and show you how to get this done really quick. So what I have here is I have my drawing, just like that. I have my 3-inch by 6-inch plate. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to start putting it on here. And we're going to trace around it. Let me zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 3-inch by 5-inch plate and we're going to start putting it down onto this and figuring out where we want to put our square, because everything within the rectangle, that's what we're going to print. So I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing. That whole thing will not fit in there. So we're going to have to be selective. This is called editing, about what we want inside there and what we don't. If you want everything in there, that's not going to happen. Get over it. So with that being said, so I want to create something that looks like this right there. Then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace around it. Like that. Just like this. Ta-da! And then I'm going to cut it out. Get my scissors. We're going to go ahead and cut it out. Then we're going to take this and we're going to tape it to our plate, just like that. So I'm going to get a little bit of tape, just a little bit. We don't need a lot. Now I'm going to tape it in the white space over here. I'm going to put another piece over here on this corner. I'm going to put a piece right here. All right. So this part, I'm going to need a really, really sharp pencil, because what we're going to do is we are going to press really, really hard around the yellow shapes. So let me show you what the goal is. So here I have one that I did before, and our goal is to press really hard through the paper to create these indentions. So you see the indentions? That's our goal. The goal is to create indentions inside the styrofoam. That's the goal. So I want to do this with, I want to do it with this one right here. So let me go get a pencil sharpener. Actually, no. Yeah, let's go. No, I shouldn't need a pencil sharpener. So I'm going to go ahead and press really hard, going around the shape. And you should hear it, like almost like it's cutting through the paper. In fact, your paper should be pretty much falling apart. You should be pressing really, really hard. My hands are hurting. I'm pressing so hard my hands hurt. Let's go ahead and take it off to see how it turns out. I'm only going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this one right here. I'm going to take off that one and just pull it up like a flap to see how it turned out. I actually already see the lines on there. This is actually going to turn out pretty good. Okay, looking good. So at this point, I really like the way that turned out, so I'm going to go ahead and take this thing off. All right. As you can tell, it already has the indentions in there. So I'm going to go ahead and fill them in. When I say fill them in, that means I'm going to go ahead and make these totally negative. Now, I want to remind you that this plate is a totally solid positive plate. So if I did not make any marks in here and printed it, it would be all one solid color. But since I put indentions in here, I'm making negative lines on a positive plate. So what I want to do is I want to make these solid negative white lines. So I'm going to go ahead and color them in. And you can use this as a guide to help you. So if you're like confused, so you can use this as a guide to help you figure out where to press down on your styrofoam. So you can be like, where am I supposed to go? You can use this as a guide to show you where to go on that. But everything that you're pressing down here is not going to be positive, it's going to be negative. So essentially, everything that's black on here will become white. And everything that's white on here will become black, or will be used. All right, so these two should look relatively similar, and they do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a quick wipe down before we start printing. Lucky for me, I have a lot of these little sanitizing wipes thanks to COVID-19. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one out and clean this plate. Because it's all right now, it's like all covered in graphite and stuff. So I'm going to clean it up. So this is rough draft number 5. We got rough draft number 5 from rough draft number 4, which is right here. Go ahead and take a picture of this and put it inside your art portfolio. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use markers to print this. All right, thanks.